The Lost World Lego.
A wealthy family's yacht trip ended in disaster when they stumbled upon Isla Sorna.
Following the incident, InGen's ruthless new CEO seized control of the company from his uncle. A bedridden John Hammond revealed the existence of Site B, a secondary dinosaur breeding island. Hammond assembled a small documentary team, outfitting them with heavily modified mobile command vehicles. Arriving on the island, the team's primary goal was to find their missing behavioral paleontologist. They quickly located Sarah Harding, who was already documenting a herd of massive stegosauruses. The mission became incredibly complicated when Malcolm discovered his young daughter had stowed away. InGen's corporate team arrived shortly after, bringing heavily armed hunters and capture vehicles. The hunters ruthlessly chased down the dinosaurs, treating the majestic creatures like mere theme park assets. The lead hunter discovered a T-Rex nest, intent on capturing the ultimate trophy, a male buck. He callously used the infant dinosaur as bait to lure the massive parents into the open. Under the cover of darkness, Hammond's team infiltrated the heavily guarded InGen base camp. They sabotaged the equipment and released the captive dinosaurs, creating absolute chaos. The freed herbivores stampeded through the camp, completely destroying InGen's operation. Nick rescued the injured infant T-Rex and brought it back to their mobile lab for treatment. Sarah desperately worked to set the baby's broken leg before its parents could find them. But the parents tracked their infant's scent, arriving at the trailers in the pouring rain. They surrendered the baby to the protective parents, hoping it would be enough to appease them. Instead of leaving, the enraged carnivores pushed the mobile laboratory over the treacherous cliff. Dangling over the deadly abyss, the glass below them began to spiderweb and crack. Eddie arrived in the SUV, heroically tying off the slipping trailers to a heavy tree trunk. His valiant rescue effort attracted the T-Rexes, who mercilessly tore his vehicle apart. The trailers were destroyed, leaving the surviving team members stranded with no communication. With both teams decimated and stranded, the rivals were forced to join forces to survive. They began a grueling trek toward the island's abandoned operations center to call for help. Along the way, a straying mercenary fell prey to a massive pack of relentless compies. During the night, the T-Rex parents tracked Sarah's blood-stained jacket right into their camp. Panic erupted as the enormous predators trampled the camp, sending the survivors fleeing blindly. Trapped behind a waterfall, one wrong move resulted in a terrifying and fatal mistake. Seizing his moment, the lead hunter finally took down the male T-Rex with a heavy tranquilizer. The remaining hunters blindly ran into the tall grass, entering the velociraptor's hunting ground. The raptors picked them off one by one in a brutal, highly coordinated ambush. Malcolm, Sarah, and Kelly narrowly escaped the grass and reached the abandoned operations village. Trapped by raptors inside the crumbling buildings, Kelly used gymnastics to fight back. Nick bravely reached the communications center and successfully transmitted a distress signal for rescue. Helicopters arrived just in time to extract the terrified survivors from the hostile island. Helicopters arrived just in time to extract the terrified survivors from the hostile island. But InGen brought the tranquilized T-Rex back, and the cargo ship crashed violently into San Diego. The tranquilizers failed, and the enraged buck T-Rex broke loose into the sleeping city. The colossal dinosaur wandered through suburban neighborhoods, searching desperately for its stolen infant. Using the infant as bait, Malcolm and Sarah lured the monster back to the cargo ship. Ludlow was trapped in the cargo hold, falling victim to the very creatures he exploited. Sarah triggered the heavy bay doors, finally locking the apex predator safely inside. The military escorted the ship back to Isla Sorna, ending the nightmare in the city. Hammond pleaded on television for the island to be left completely alone and isolated. In the end, humanity learned that the dinosaurs only needed the absence of man to survive.